Did you ever think that your career would have come as far as it had, the different things that you've done?
Well, not really. I always felt, you know, with the arrogance and headiness of youth, I always thought I'll be all right. But there were a few of us at the time. I mean, Peter O'Toole and I started in the same class at RADA. Alan Bates was there at the same period. So there were quite a few guys there who've done quite well, you know, over the years. But you don't see it in those terms. Of course, when you're young also, you and a few of your classmates think that you're the only ones who can do it, you know. Nobody else could do it like we can, but that's just myth. And you kind of challenge at that time. Of course, there was Olivier would be working in the West End Theatre, and Richardson, Gielgud, Richard Burton was at the Old Vic in 1953, and we'd go, we kind of young, ignorant 17, 18, and 19-year-olds, and pull their performances to pieces and think, well, we do it like this, and not knowing anything about it. But you didn't have a sense of destiny at all.
But did you have a plan in mind? Because you've done almost everything.
Well, the only plan I really did have was that when I left drama school, I knew I wanted to go what is perhaps regarded as the traditional route, which was to go to a provincial theatre, a repertory theatre, hopefully one of the better ones, where they would do a play every month and stay there for 2 to 3 years or whatever and try and start to learn my craft. I did want to do that. And that's the thing, that's what Olivier had done and what Richardson had done and what Gielgud had done, is what Paul Schofield and Richard Burton. And so you thought that's what you do, you know. And so I did want to do that, because when I was about to leave RADA, I was offered a film contract by a British film company which was called the Rank Organisation. They offered me a 7-year contract, and I said, no, I don't want to sign a 7-year contract, because in 7 years, you know, or in 5 years, I don't maybe know what I want to be doing then.
You know, one of my all-time favorite movies was The Dresser, and when you were being interviewed about that movie, you were talking about the fact that there was a lot of sense of struggle and devotion that went into that, but it was all worth it in the end. Creating that illusion was all worth it. Do you still feel that way?
Yes, I do. I mean, there are an awful lot of people have to do things they don't enjoy doing in order to make a living. We who are fortunate enough to do something we enjoy doing have to take profit from that. But among us, there are things that you spend time doing. A lot of other professions spend time and energy struggling to bring life or reality to something that, to quote Casablanca, does not add up to a hill of beans. But that's by the by, because the pleasure we get is in the doing of it.
You have been able to change your looks, your accent, a lot of things that a lot of actors would say are risks in the business. Do you see it as risk, or is it just good acting?
No, it may or may not be good acting, but it's something I like to do. I mean, I like being different. It maybe makes you a less identifiable object for Rotten Tomatoes if they don't quite know what you really look like. But that's just part of how I see it. I mean, but it's not the only way to be an actor.